Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to my sketchbook. It is Monday morning, just around 7:30 my time. I'm not sure if this is going to be a regular thing, but I'm going to, well, for at least the month of September, I'm going to do a Minecraft Monday. See how it goes, just for fun. I think what I'm going to do is get this to zoom in a little bit. Maybe that's too much. Well, I don't know. Let's see. So I'm going to start off by going off to one side here, and I'm just going to quickly doodle something. It's going to be a little messy, and that's fine. You'll know what I'm doing here in just a moment. This is just like a quick take kind of doodle, nothing serious. Already you probably see what I'm scratching around here. Ooh, actually let's have this guy standing like this. So this is a quick doodle of an Enderman, or an Enderman. And what is an Enderman or Enderman? Well, to me, Enderman is a Slenderman whose homeworld is the end. And they can kind of mill around. They're generally kind of peaceful unless you provoke them by looking at them, and they're kind of a nuisance too. They just kind of like will randomly pick up blocks and drop them wherever, but they do have some value. Let's see if I can move this over somewhere else. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do my version of them. So when you're crafting, you can use the pearls that these creatures drop with blaze powder, and you can make an Eye of Ender. And as a bonus, if you have 12 Eyes of Ender, you can open a portal in a stronghold. And if you have 1 Eye of Ender and 8 blocks of obsidian, you make an Ender chest. That's kind of the fun of it. So I'm going to do, you know what? Because it's more fun to do this, I'm not going to make a square one. I know that's the magic of block usage, but I'm going to make my own version. So in my doodles, I often start with the eyes. This light kind of purpley color. Easy. And I'm going to go for a slightly darker purple. Just like that. Now, as I said, the Enderman is a Slenderman. And the Slenderman has been around for a while. It's sort of like a folklore kind of creature. And yeah, kind of like maybe a version of a boogeyman, maybe. So they're kind of spooky and scary in that way. Probably around a little more than 25 years ago, there was sort of like a thing of people wondering if there's a creature out there in the woods that would talk to you but not really talk to you. And it was a whole thing. Nothing to worry about because it's a made-up thing. But I'm going to do a different kind of version of Enderman. some of the sort of attributes of the Enderman that Minecrafters would know. These are kind of a strange creature. They're reasonably strong. They have like 20 hearts, you know, compared to the 5 that, or it's not 5, the 10 that you would have when you're playing the game. So, but when they battle you, they can cause quite a bit of damage. So depending on what level you're at, if you're playing in like easy or normal or hard, easy I think you lose 2, normally you lose 3.5, and hard you lose like 5. That's not so much fun. Just don't look them in the eyes if you don't want to do battle, but you want to do battle because you want to get the pearls that they drop after they lose. So I guess that's the price you got to pay if you want to craft cool stuff. Yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of scribbling a little bit, and then underneath here I'm going to go quite a bit darker because that's the underside or the inside of the mouth. Of course, if you've been to my channel before, you probably know that after I do some of this rough inking, I'm going to bring out a pen-like brush, and I'm going to move some water around on this, just because that's what I like to do. All right. So that is the head of my semi-round Enderman with spooky eyes. And that'll get even spookier as I darken that up. Let's go with, wonder if I should have him holding something. That'd be kind of funny. Their heads and bodies are about the same width and almost twice as long as their heads, their bodies. So let's back this out a little bit more now that we've established that. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Darken this in a little bit underneath here, which will be taken care of in a moment. But I'm going to make kind of a different look. I'm going to have the arms bend. Just a bit. You know what? I'm going to change the body just a little bit too. Because I can do whatever I like in my sketchbook. Which is fun. So slightly rounded. We're going to have an Enderman just kind of relaxing, perhaps on some soul sand. Because he can't teleport from that. He's not here for battle. I don't know, that's silly. Next, grab some water, grab a brush. We'll just work out some of the ink that I put down. They're interesting the way that they move around. Sometimes they teleport for no good reason at all. They can teleport sometimes in battle if they take too much damage. Sometimes they're just randomly teleporting, which is funny too. Other times they just grab a block and boom, they're gone with it. You probably notice that every once in a while in a battle, well, they don't drop the block if they're carrying a block. So they're kind of a nuisance sometimes too, you know? Now, something about the head of this seems kind of cool. I don't know what I think about the body. I think the arms need to be maybe a little bit wider. But they've been around for quite some time, since the summer of 2011 in the world of Minecraft. So, strange creatures. Strange mob. Okay. So with many of you, how did you discover crafting with the pearls? Was it sort of like a word of mouth thing? Was it the someone that you might follow on the internet? It's been around for a while, of course. Now, I left that arm short for a moment because I have kind of a plan here for our beach dwelling Enderman. Which is super fun. Okay. Now, put that brush down. Get out my trusty pen. And I'm going to make the most awkward Enderman thumb and hand, which typically, as most of you know, they don't have. But we can tolerate this. In our sketchbook, now there's no evidence of this existing, and we are okay with it. But this is a glass of, let's say, lemonade. Could even be pink lemonade if that's something you look forward to. And for fun, we'll have like a little rainbow thing Up here, rainbow umbrella. Or it could be a pink umbrella. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go with, we'll make very quick an ugly lawn chair. Because how better to relax. And let's make that lawn chair an obvious different color. It'll be orange. This one under here is the other leg, in the back. Messy and fun. Now, what did I say this was going to be? Lemonade. Should it be pink lemonade? Maybe. Let's go with a very light pink. See how this goes. And just because of the fun difficulties of dealing with this ink, I'll go with a single color for the umbrella. Let's go with a nice light blue. Now, last thing, just for the doodle's sake, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to round out some of the things a little bit. Kind of rework the way some of this might look with an outline of the limbs. It's kind of fun to reimagine some of these characters just wanting to take a break from, being a nuisance out there while you're looking for stuff that they might want to relax sometime. At least I think so. To me, that seems funny. Hope everyone's doing well who went back to school as students and teachers. I know quite a few of both types of return, I guess you'd call them. I don't know what you'd want to call somebody that's returning to school that's both a teacher. Let's just call them attendees. That seems easy enough. We have our glass of pink lemonade. Still kind of pixel craft. We'll take care of the block of this leg a little bit. This is kind of the problem with this particular pen I'm using, is that it's pretty fine. So filling in large gaps just for fun. This would have been way quicker if I would have thought of it earlier. I like a sharper looking thing anyway, so maybe not my favorite. Maybe if I used a Sharpie or something like that, it would have been way better. But it does move ink a lot faster, so there's that. It's a marker that's well used. Alright, well, I don't think I need to go much further than this. This is a sketchbook doodle of an Enderman on vacation. And that's it. Nothing more serious than that. I could probably just leave in the back of the mouth without any other attributes. I'll differentiate the inside of the mouth a little bit more by outlining it. Perhaps a little bit here. And some eyebrows that indicate that not necessarily just causing trouble, just enjoying life. I could probably turn up the mouth just a little bit, like that, by rounding up that side. That's funny. All right, that's it for now. I don't need to be any more complicated than that. We'll get a closer look at that, and maybe I think that's it. Well, folks, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for hanging out, and all the best. Hopefully we'll see you at some point in the near future. Ciao for now.